Hello there. I suggest you tie a beautiful braid or ribbon lace. Such lace can be used as an element of Irish lace, as in the form of a belt or for some other decor. At the heart of this lace are twisted columns. I knitted such lace and mercerized cotton in 100 grams of 565 meters. At the same time, I used 1 millimeter for knitting. Knitting of this lace starts from this place and knits up. We perform the first loop and dial a chain of 8 air loops. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Now we close the resulting chain into a ring. Connecting column. Next, we perform 3 air lifting loops. And we will tie a twisted column. We perform a cape on the hook, insert the hook into the resulting ring, pull out the loop and pull out this loop so that this loop is long. Here we performed such a cape once, we perform it a second time, we pull out a long loop, the third time, the fourth and fifth, we performed it. Then we tie all the loops with 1 loop. They also tied 2 loops together. It turned out to be such a twisted column. Then we perform 3 air lifting loops and turn the work to the other side. We perform a cape on a hook, and where in the previous row we knitted a chain of 3 air loops, we will tie the same twisted column with 5 capes under this chain, pulling out a long loop at the same time. We have completed the first cape, we are performing the second, we have completed the third, fourth and fifth, now we tie all these capes with 1 loop and 2 loops together. It turned out to be such a second twisted column. Then we perform 3 air loops of lifting to the next row, turn the work to the other side. We carry out a cape on a hook, we start the hook under a chain of 3 air loops, and under this chain we tie the same twisted column with 5 capes. The first one was completed, the second, the third, the fourth and the fifth. Now we tie all the capes with 1 loop and 2 together. We perform 3 air loops of lifting to the next row, turn the work to the other side. We perform a cape on the hook. We start the hook under the air chain, and under this air chain we tie the same twisted column. The first one was performed by the cape, the second, third, fourth and fifth. We tie all the capes and 2 loops together. We deploy the work, perform 3 air loops and deploy the work to the other side. And also under the air chain we will tie a twisted column. We tied the capes. We tie them with 1 loop and 2 loops together. Thus, we will tie the chain of the required length. I tied a cord of twisted columns and the cord itself looks very beautiful. Now you can perform such a binding here. This binding must be performed around, that is, if you want to tie a belt, for example, or what the desired length is, first you tie twisted columns, a cord of twisted columns of the required length, and then this is done in a circle around the binding. For strapping, we collect 5 air loops. 2 completed, the 3rd, 4th, 5th. And between 2 broken columns we introduce a hook, we tie a column without a cape. And the next arch of 5 air loops. Between the twisted columns we tie a column without a cape. And then we tie 5 air loops between the columns without a cape, and so we will tie it in a circle. I tied the arches of 5 air loops in a circle. And now, if desired, each arch can be tied with columns without a cape. It fits 6 columns. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we move on to the next one. The first column without a cape, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. We go to the next arch. The first column without a cape, the second column without a cape, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So let's go around the circle. This is how the binding turns out. This is what it looks like if you tie it on both sides. I wish you creative success. Let's knit together.